Good morning or afternoon, depending on wherever you are, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. A reminder, there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets, guys. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, or as I will be referring to it as today, FOMC day, right? It's been a while since I think one of these has mattered, and this one, probably doesn't either. But we're going to talk about it like it does for the markets. I will say I think we have a bit of an interesting backdrop this week, as we have had some somewhat negative tech earnings heading into FOMC. So we'll see kind of what those two do in conjunction. But I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker, Jackus, and Max. Welcome, guys. Happy hump day. Real quickly before we get cooking, before we start sharing that big juicy alpha, guys, we really have not been bugging you over the last few shows to be hitting the like button. But yesterday I felt like we kind of hit critical mass, man. I mean, you guys are just not hitting the like button. And at a certain point, we're going to have to start gatekeeping some of this alpha again if you guys aren't going to be smashing that like button. So it is FOMC day, guys. We have a big backdrop for the markets. We're getting a bit of a morning squeeze on Bitcoin. Let's get to triple-digit likes today. I know that we can do it. And if we can, maybe we got some extra special alpha that we can share with you towards the end of the show. But welcome, guys. It means a lot to us that you guys are here as always, engaging with the content, hopefully enjoying the content, whether you're on Twitter or YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just another day for us to talk markets. And, one of those days where we probably have to talk a little bit of macro as well, given that we have an appearance from Big Jerome, Big Jerome Powell. But yeah,
Big J?
Say it again.
Big J?
Macro.
I love it. I love it.
Oh man.
Macro kill. Kill.
Triple kill.
The dollar is in an interesting spot, though. I definitely want to talk about that. There's been, you have indexes making all-time highs while the dollar, formed a macro high or low. What exactly does that mean? The context of it. I think equities, like I said, are in kind of an interesting spot. We did have some tech earning weakness here over the last few days. We're in price discovery. And something I was telling our Giga Chats this morning about price discovery is, mechanically speaking, when you are, the reason that double tops tend to happen is because, you're able, the second time back up, you rebalance all the shorts, you rebalance all the sellers, they become buyers. And so you kind of have this constant ability to put buy pressure back on the price just from rebalancing previous areas of price that you've traded towards. But now we're in price discovery, right? And as you saw with Bitcoin in 2021, when we hit price discovery, when we ran out of eventual forced buyers to take us higher, Bitcoin did top fairly quickly. What does that mean for the S&P? I don't know. I mean, but we are entering literally uncharted territory for the index. So, yeah, I definitely want to talk about equities today, guys. Crypto, we're getting a squeeze on Bitcoin this morning, but as a whole, we've been kind of in a steady uptrend since that low that we set last week. Altcoins have been, I would say, more so bleeding this week rather than pumping. ETH has shown a little bit of strength, and I do think that if you have any sort of flush on a lower time frame on Bitcoin, on altcoins, you probably see alts and ETH especially catch a really strong bid. Just kind of given what we saw yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, but whenever we saw stabs into liquidity, the very first thing that people were bidding were altcoins, and ETH pump or was beginning to show signs that it could pump very aggressively. Famous last words. We've said that multiple times this year, but ETH was showing signs like it wanted to do the thing, and then has kind of just been consolidating ever since. But I will say, I think the chart looks better structurally than Bitcoin for the likelihood of new highs. And a lot of these altcoins are beginning to look perky on especially like a 4, 12 and daily time frame, right? Some of them look clearly distributive and in downtrends, but I think you have some others that have shown some potential for some bounces here into February. But Welcome, guys. I didn't even realize it was the last day of January today. Kind of surreal.
Yeah.
We're already 1 month into 2024. But welcome, guys. I'd love to know what we're seeing in the markets, and if you guys have any commentary on FOMC today, because usually, I mean, for the last like 8 to 9 months, FOMC has been completely irrelevant. But is this time different?
First of all, I have a question, guys. Where the heck did January go? It was December yesterday, man.
Yeah. I know, it went quick, man. It went really quick.
Good.
Yeah. Guys, what do you think of FOMC? Obviously, I have my thoughts, which I was mentioning on Baby Discord, but what are your thoughts on today's FOMC, guys?
Yeah, my thoughts on FOMC, I mean, it's all but a certainty at this point that we're going to get a pause. I think I checked early this morning, it was like 98%, 99% chance that the effective federal funds rate would remain unchanged. I'm not expecting any sort of surprise. I don't know why anybody necessarily would. But I think people are going to try to read between the lines, right? You know, when is the pause coming? Is Powell showing worry about something? Is there any material weakening in certain sectors of the economy? So I think it's just going to be a lot of speculation on, you know, is he worried about something? And everyone's going to say, oh, the way his shoulders were positioned, or, you know, the way his face, someone asked a question and his face did this expression. People are going to get crazy with it like they always do. And by people, I mean Tucker, which we love. You know, every team needs somebody that can do that, man. His ability to read between the lines. But look, just like Powell says, we remain data dependent. I as well remain data dependent. I haven't seen any material weakening in the economy that indicates that it's completely over.
I remain like dependent.
Yes,
I couldn't help myself.
I do remain like dependent. I do remain like dependent as well. So yeah, it's like what labor market is still strong. Risk still can rally off the back of this Fed pause, which truly is a Goldilocks period. We're kind of threading the needle right now, you know, where the economy is still resilient. The labor market is still resilient. The Fed has committed to this pause, in my opinion, at least for another few months. So I think until you see a lot of these interest rates, you know, the later interest rates, the ones that happened within the past 8 months, really start to work their way through the plumbing of the economy, I don't really see why the markets need a reason to go down. They don't need a reason to go up. Okay, so what's going to be that reason to send them down? I don't know. You know, I don't see it at this point, you know, and I look very closely. So I guess today it's just going to be probably chop and whipsaw and speculation. But ultimately, I think for crypto, we're going to move higher in the not too distant future. Like I think there's, in my opinion, like an 80% probability that the bottom has been set already on this pullback locally. I think a lot of people are really, really overthinking this whole process. And I mean, and for good reason. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I think there's just so much noise out there right now, and it doesn't feel as clear as it has before. Because there is so much noise, and there is the inversion of the yield curve, and there is all these like macro guys on Twitter now, you know, and finally they get something to talk about because macro matters for the first time in a decade. And, you know, I just think that a lot of people are going to be completely sidelined for this next crypto move up, out of fear for, you know, this is the recession in the room with us kind of feel. So we'll see what Powell says today, but yeah, I mean, I still remain just convicted and super bullish on crypto. I'm almost fully deployed, you know, but I mean, look, we're 80 days out from the Bitcoin halving, and everybody has been saying, I want that, you know, I'll buy the fear, you know, the shakeout dip before the halving. I'll buy that one, you know, I'll buy it. Well, guess what? You may have had that. We dipped 22% in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. You know, I don't know what else you're waiting for. You know, I really don't. And I'd love to talk like kind of bigger, you know, bigger picture kind of cycles and stuff like that. You know, where I think we are in the cycle. But yeah, man, I'm seeing nothing but clear skies ahead for right now. Unless Powell presents something that I haven't seen yet today.
They will make them FOMO first before they will make them sell the actual support they wanted to buy. It's always been like that. Or maybe it's the future support, who knows? But you know.
What do you guys want to get into specifically here? Because I'm just watching Soul on the 1 minute with a meme of higher. So
I want to discuss the higher.
It was funny. We were talking about Jerome Powell and rate cuts while I just had whiff on the screen, man. I thought that was pretty good. But
so if Powell today has his eyebrows pointing upwards and his hands downwards, what does that mean for Viv?
No. It's about the tie, Jack. It's about the color of the tie he's wearing. We all know this.
All right.
Can we actually do? I want to look at something we don't normally look at. DXY. We do once in a while, but
yeah, that's all that's needed, to be honest. Once in a while,
the DXY is at an inflection point here. I'm high time frame ultra bearish on DXY. I'm actually looking for like sub 95. Ultimately, it won't be a straight shot, but I am expecting straight down. I think we've been just kind of buoying underneath our high time frame range high here. So I'm going to be watching DXY today. Obviously, for those that are unfamiliar with the correlation, DXY up, risk down, and vice versa. It has a negative correlation with the assets that we all hold near and dear to our hearts. So I'm looking at DXY, and I'm thinking it's possible this is a deviation above that high time frame range high here. And actually, I'm looking for where Tucker has that little symmetrical deviation drawn at 85. So
agreed and signed.
Yeah. No, I mean, you got some levels to chew through, but these are just quarter, half, quarter. So I mean, I think you can probably lose a hunt. Like this looks like kind of a bearish retest. If you do have this thing drawn like this range, I mean, all these kind of, but this most recent one definitely looks like a bearish retest, man. Like, let me get rid
of.
Listen.
This support at 101 is the Cheeto on the door.
Yeah. All this. Yeah.
It's going to get raped. Everyone will turn bearish. Then there will be some bigger bounce.
Why do you guys think that the dollar didn't make a lower low though, with the S&P and NASDAQ trading into all-time highs? I am curious about that.
I mean, I don't think they made all-time highs because the dollar didn't make a lower low.
Right, but you would have expected confluent with the all-time high, we would have made a low lower than the one that we made in June on the dollar.
My expectation is because euro was relatively weak.
Yeah, the thing with the dollar is it's so tied to all these other forex currencies, obviously. So it's not going to be perfect. I don't think like dollar equity divergence is something you can read into super granularly. But like, yeah, was Euro USD super weak? Yeah, that's the problem too. It's a basket of currencies. So,
well, I mean, the euro makes up a large portion of DXY, right?
I know.
Yeah, 56%.
Okay, over half, really. Okay, I didn't know it was that much.
I don't even know what to think of this chart, man.
I do.
Bullish.
Yeah, it's bullish. I mean, I was saying that right at the bottom there of the slide and the overall bottom too. And there really is no resistance until like, I don't know, 118, or like, to be specific, it will be going to 120. So that's very bearish for the dollar as well.
Feels a bit like Bitcoin almost, doesn't it? With that bleed.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bullish, Tucker. Man, TA. Look at that deviation. Look at that bear trap down sub 1. Look at that thing.
They're trying to do this. They're trying to do this megaphone thing.
I think do all they want.
These do usually resolve like that. I feel like usually.
Well, with the price action below 105, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
guys, the thing is that euro Europe in general is absolutely fucked. There's no other way to put it. We are fucked continent.
What do you mean by that?
Our leaders are just freaking socialists, idiots that have no idea how to do anything. It's just propaganda and trying to, like they're trying to introduce currently a European army, which will be a big dog so that they can enforce their law. And what I'm trying to say here in regards of the markets, rather than being political, is that Euro is very weak. Euro is very shitty currency, and I'm bullish on it. So, what does that say for the dollar? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
right,
the only explanation I have is really that there will be some huge bailouts coming, and so some huge QE coming up where they'll have to, I don't know, save either US, introduce like inverted, the yield curve control, or maybe it's the, by, I, I don't know, man, but something, and the fact that central bankers are around the world are accumulating gold the most since in 50 fucking years is just telling me all I need to know, man. All of these macro things, but these are these doesn't play over a month or a year. It's a longer term trend. So, but yes, something bad is going to unfold with all of this. And I know that lots of macro guys been saying that all the time, right? But those guys just keep on saying that without the data. I mean, I keep saying that based on the confluence I keep on doing for the market. I think there's difference in it, and I play the timing as well on it.
Man, this really played out. We were right here. Look at that thing, man. It literally did this. Are you guys
Just
seeing
telling you,
this
same
right now?
market maker, man.
Huh?
Same market maker.
I know. Look, the double top, the tiny shoulder, then just nuke it back to like last consolidation before pump.
Babe, please stop shorting. It's not going down.
272, man. 272. If you're a Manta holder, 13% more. You guys, you can do it. You can do it. Hang on to your bags. But I don't love this cheating going on over here.
Yeah. I'd like to
should
talk about Bitcoin and ETH if we have a chance. TIA is just a meat grinder, man. TIA is just a bag that I refuse to even chart because
it just goes up, though.
I think it's going to keep going up because it's really your ticket for most of the airdrops that a lot of us are desiring. But it trades terribly. Like I wouldn't ever try to trade it. I think it's just a hold and stake kind of coin, and hopefully it does well. But yeah, I mean, dude, look at that chart. It's a straight grind up, but on the lower time frames, it's just abysmal.
Yeah,
just abysmal.
Terrible.
Remember you guys? I had a trade going on. I had a TIA trade at like $8, and I held it to like 12.
Oh,
roller coaster ever.
You were trading it in this action right here.
There was a wick that came back with like a penny of my stop.
It was
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. It like almost came and got me. Like,
well, dude, I remember us trying to trade it on perps down here, man.
Yeah, I had a big one down there. Yeah, and I took like a 1% win on it because I was like, I hate how this is trading. Just get me out of it.
Just boom.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to keep moving higher. I think it's going to go a lot higher, but it's like I just don't want to trade it. Like I'm just staking it. But what do you guys think about Bitcoin and ETH here, man? I mean, both look okay in my opinion.
I mean, yeah.
Bitcoin looks pretty good, honestly. Bitcoin looks like all of this might be a deviation, and we might do like some PO3 to 50K. Honestly, I don't know though.
What time frame, Max? When you say here?
Whatever Tucker has up, is that 4-hour Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it just we're just ranging, right? So let's call it like it is. We're definitely just ranging. But I mean it looks strong, you know? It looks really strong, especially in the face of all of the spot selling from Grayscale.
I mean, look, we literally did this on both sides. You know, we put in the deviation on both sides of this little range.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I agree with Tommy that ETH looks better than BTC here.
ETH looks better.
Yeah.
How does ETH BTC look though? I haven't even looked at it today.
Good question. It's red 2% on the day.
Does ETH look better though,
really.
man? Does it look better?
It does.
How does it look better? I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm not seeing it. Hang on.
That's exactly the point. You guys are not seeing it.
It's hidden. You have to squint and then you'll see it.
Yesterday it was looking better.
Listen. I will give you. All right. No. I'm not actually. Okay. We have 170 people watching right now. So when we hit 120 likes today, I'm gonna give you guys some juicy alpha. All right, some juicy alpha, and you have exactly 50 minutes to make it happen, guys.
Yeah, because is that between YouTube and Twitter?
No, it's YouTube only. It's YouTube only.
Okay.
120 likes on YouTube, guys. When we hit that bar, we will start dropping even more alpha than we already are. But yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about that real quick, okay? We got 162 people watching, about half on YouTube, half on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, there's a link below to join us on YouTube. It's a better experience on YouTube. You get the live comment section. Honestly, it's just a better viewing experience. Jump over from Twitter, come to YouTube, and then hit that thumbs up button. Jackus has some hidden alpha, but he's gonna withhold that alpha until we get 120 likes. Was that it, Jackus? 120 likes. So come on over to YouTube, enjoy the stream, enjoy the content, hit that thumbs up button for us. We at least need to get to a 1-to-1 on YouTube. Right now we got 86 people on YouTube with 47 likes. Let's just quickly pump that up 1-to-1. All 86 of you guys, I know you're enjoying the content. Just hit that thumbs up button for us so Jackus can drop his hidden alpha. But anyways, I don't think ETH looks bad, man. And actually, we were talking about this morning in our Discord. I think that ETH has a concrete floor below it right now, and I think a lot of people want lower. Low key, myself kind of included. But
wait. We should talk about why does ETH look better here? I don't necessarily see that, man. What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Looks like it protected the lows of the range when Bitcoin did not. I mean, Bitcoin has probably moved more aggressively off the low, but I think ETH's structure is more conducive for new highs.
I would agree with that. And as long as ETH BTC continues to hold up as well, it would make sense that we start to see some ETH speculation. As long as I would say the real ETH speculation probably kicks in when Bitcoin's back above like 45 or 46, though, because I do think ETH strength is somewhat tethered to Bitcoin not completely cheating here. So, given the point that Tommy made, where ETH held its range low, Bitcoin didn't. ETH BTC is consolidating at its weekly order block, basically at range low. I think you've got actually a decent case to be made for ETH outperforming this next leg up. Oh, we lost Chef Jackus. Oh no, it's over. He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
This is funny. Did you see this, Max? Stop whining for likes, he says, as he watches on Twitter, or he listens.
Oh no, hang on. Jackus, look at this comment. Look at this comment. I need you to see this comment specifically.
Do I rate him?
Stop whining for likes. We won't whine for likes if you like the video. It's that simple.
Yeah,
You come here, you get free content. All we ask is for a like. That's it.
I'm not gonna reg him today, but I could easily reg this guy because he's a big head.
That
Legit.
European sense of
He
humor. Jack, is crazy.
he deserves to get dumped on. He deserves to buy a rug pull with all his life savings for this comment. And I'm being very easy on him.
Oh, went to 0. Oh,
Like I am really tired from all these people who are not appreciating the value some people provide, and they have just enough guts to type and brag or like complain that we tell them about the likes. Like we are not, we are not doing pre-sales and dumping on you like 99% of the Twitter are. All we provide serious knowledge here, and some of the it's just fucking like these people are fucking disgusting, man. I'm so tired. So tired of these people. Like, are they even humans? No, I gotta stop, man. Like, I'm just gonna check if this guy is even following me. I gotta block this guy. Oh,
bro, just caught a stray block.
look what happened. Look what you guys did to Jackus. Look at what you did to him, man. All right, Tucker, what are you showing us here, man? Some propaganda.
I just pulled up ETH, Bitcoin, and Sol. I mean, no real opinion. I mean,
yes, you do. That's not true. Come on now.
I mean, Sol's going so much higher. That's all there is to it. But
you have nothing but a strong opinion here. I know that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Tommy that ETH did protect the range low well. Bitcoin gave a deviation. Obviously we got to put this on, which kind of did act like a spring. So it probably is up more off the low. Yeah, it's up 12% off the low. ETH is up 7. So
Tucker, sorry to cut you. Just to finish off, guys, like seriously, we do provide so much content for free, and the only thing you guys can do for us is to press the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. Like it's not paying for something, right? Like we have a paid service, but we also do this for anyone that is not able to purchase that one, because we understand there are people that come from third world countries. No disrespect there, just what it is, right? And they cannot afford the service. So we do this free. We provide lots of free content. We do not dump on you. And the only way we are able to grow is because of the like button, which attracts new viewers and so forth. So whenever I hear someone complaining about like button, I just get fucking mad, because it's everything that's wrong with the world currently. I do not want to hear it on this stream again.
Hey, Jackus, someone actually just signed up on your referral link, man. I just got an email.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's as easy as just tell them every day you come here, you're going to hear us talk about the like button, whether you like it or not. So if you don't like it, go watch another show.
What is this new picture you have? I just blew it up. It's kind of cut off. I can't see it. You see how big I am?
8% of Americans think that they can beat a lion in a fist fight.
Is that true?
That's the guy who says, why do you always complain about or why are you always talking about the like button? He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
It's a real article.
Good morning, Will. Good morning, Will.
Take example from Danish here, right? This is the way to do it. You take 4 accounts. This is the hack, by the way, to get to 120 likes easily. You take 4 accounts, flip the account, press the like button.
Do you guys think that Wabi could beat a lion in a fist fight?
No, man, dude. I don't
think there's a single
if anybody on the team had a chance, though,
I don't know, man.
Wabi,
a lion? A lion?
Maybe like a young, small lion.
No, it definitely says a lion. It doesn't say young, small lion.
Wabi wouldn't have to fight the lion. He would just yell at him and the lion would run away. He'd go, oh no, I'm not fighting this big fella.
Wabi's a big dude, but a fucking lion would eat him.
Just kidding.
No, crypto. It's not about bashing somebody for whining about the likes. It's just we're just telling you, like, you're gonna hear about it every single day. So if you don't want to hear about it, this isn't the channel for you, because you're gonna hear us say the like button every single day, because you guys obviously can't do that. It's hard to it's hard to push a button with a click, so we have to remind you.
And speaking of the like button, guys, we are getting kind of close, guys. So we're getting closer to 120 likes, and then Jackus will just cook. So, like, I mean, let's just be honest. Like, we need this Jackus alpha. Like, I need it. I'm panicked that I don't have it right now. I feel afraid. I feel insecure without this. So I only have a certain number of accounts I can like the stream with. So just let's get it up there so Jackus can do his cooking, honestly. But in the meantime, let's talk some charts, guys. We talked about the like button for quite a bit. I want to say a big thank you. I don't know if we talked about this yet. Thank you for the what is that? Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Hammer the like button. Let's go for the HBJA hidden bullish Jackus alpha. What is HBJA? Oh, hidden bullish Jackus alpha. HBJA.
So real quick,
he got you there.
Crypto, we did say we wouldn't ask for likes, right? Like, but then when we don't ask, we get like literally 25% of what we normally get. And we need those to push the channel out. Like, you got to understand how this works. Free content, we need exposure. That's why we're giving you free content. It's an exchange. And if you guys aren't able to help us, we can't help you, right? We can't come to the show and just do something for nothing. It's not cost effective.
All right. Let's leave the audience alone for a second.
No, I'm not bashing. I'm just telling them how it works.
I know.
I appreciate it, Will.
We've been going on for a little
I'm just picturing somebody watching the stream later, like on the rerun, and they just listen to like 12 minutes of us being like, you guys don't like the stream. What's wrong with you? All right. Yeah. No more like shilling for a little bit, guys. We love you all. We love you all.
Let's just play which chart is the most bullish. All right, you guys go ahead. Truly. I mean, I don't even have an opinion, but let's go ahead.
Honestly, I would say that ETH, honestly, like, okay, the buyback here is for sure the weakest. Okay. But Tommy made a really good point. The fact that ETH held its range low locally and the other ones didn't has to indicate some degree of strength. Okay. And then if you pair that additionally with the ETH BTC pair as confluence, potentially sort of retesting its high time frame blast off level, I'm cautiously optimistic that ETH can actually rally aggressively back up to like 2,600, 2,700. But we'll see. Like, we'll see what happens, right? ETH is going to be dependent on Bitcoin to a large degree, in my opinion. If Bitcoin goes back to 40K, ETH is probably going to retest those local lows again.
Max, for context, I should have put this white line for Solana down here because that is when it.
Oh, well, then it's Solana. I was manipulated by your deceitful charting, Tucker. That's what
I manipulated myself. I know.
He manipulated himself. Yeah. No, I Sol has been the market leader, man. And somebody made an interesting point. There's almost no signal in ETH BTC anymore. The real signal is in Sol ETH and Sol BTC. I agree with that. My only contention is, like, will that last forever, or are we just in a small window of time where nobody gives a shit about ETH because it's not moving and performing that well, and Sol is just the hot name right now? And we said a while ago, will the Jupiter airdrop, until it drops, basically be the thing that elevates the Solana ecosystem, the anticipation of that drop? And we finally got the Jupiter airdrop today, which is actually the title of the show. We should have probably talked about it sooner, but we talked about macro. But the Jupiter airdrop just happened today. So what, $1 billion of liquidity just got injected into the Solana ecosystem. Is that sort of a local sell the news event for whatever reason? I don't know. Left curve, no, it should just go straight up in a straight line. But at the same time, I could see a lot of it already being priced in potentially, because we've known about it for so long.
Well, there's no reason for money to flow into Solana specifically because of the Jupiter airdrop. And what I'm seeing as far as flows, you can see Jupiter's getting absolutely crushed, the token. Because people are just like jeeting straight out of it, but they're not jeeting out of the ecosystem. They're still keeping their liquidity in the ecosystem. So it's like, it's kind of a catch-22. It's an injection of liquidity into Sol's ecosystem, whether it moves into Sol or something else within Sol, it still benefits the Sol ecosystem.
Yeah. I mean, I think the winning strategy with the Jupiter airdrop is, you don't know what's going to happen, right? But probably sell half of it, hold half, because it could literally 10x from here, or it could just kind of range and
Oh
not
yeah, it's
do a
free
whole lot.
money.
You never really
Why
know.
would you not do that?
Yeah, sell half, keep half, whatever.
I like that advice.
That was Jackus's advice, which I stole. I held him up at gunpoint and I stole his advice. So
did you Jackus it?
I Jackused half of my bag. Is that what we're calling it now? Is did you Jackus your bag instead of Jeet?
I'm not gonna lie. I can see some serious like weird ass effery going on with Jupiter, where like some whales start coming in and playing it back up to get people to come back in with their airdrops.
They probably will, man. There's a lot of money in Sol. It's the hot name right now. I don't know what I expect. I've just been so impressed with Solana's strength compared to the rest of the market. And we've also talked higher time frame too, like how Sol is the ETH of this cycle. Yeah, Tucker, let's pull that up.
I do believe that.
So let me ask you a question then, Jackus. If Sol is the ETH of this cycle, why are we even talking about ETH?
Because of rotations.
So just for small windows of outperformance.
Yes.
Okay. Fill the wick, Tucker.
The thing is, in my opinion, if you miss both till now, if people miss both till now, then and they are chasing Sol here, they will essentially probably outperform ETH in the long run, but they will probably have to endure the fact that ETH is going to outperform Sol in the short term, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that, of course, but the thing is that people always say they're okay with it, and then when it actually comes, they G their bags at the bottom. It's the same mentality as if people said they are okay if BTC drops to 20K, and then they GT their bags, sub 20K, and they say if BTC goes back down to 20K, I'll be happy to buy. Instead, what happens? They FOMO the top, and then when 20K comes, they dump their bags. So that's the problem there. By the way, did you GT Jupiter?
Me?
Yeah.
I Jackused half of it. I took your advice. That's what you said.
I'm not gonna lie.
You said get rid of half, keep half. That's what I did.
I'm holding 100% of my position.
You what?
I'm holding 100. I haven't sold a single one. I actually added. I could seriously see some fuckery going on with Jupiter.
How many did you get airdrop, Will?
Bro.
Tell us.
I bought so many shit coins.
Tell us, Will, how many?
I'm not allowed to disclose those numbers.
Yes, you are.
I would say when it launched, probably about dollar-wise, because that's what I looked at, probably about 8,000.
That's nice. I like that chart, Tucker.
I added about 500 to the position. I'm not gonna add too much. I don't want to risk too much.
Someone named Mook says, "I tried to tell you, you missed it. Look at the numbers, Max."
What is he talking about?
I don't know what I missed. What did I miss?
It's me.
I think he's talking about Mooks.
Me, Mooks. We run this show. I don't know what's happening. What did I miss?
Have a wonderful day.
What did you guys get for June?
Pork? What the fuck is pork?
He's listing all the
Bro,
politics.
nobody's buying something called pork, bro. I
Oh,
don't care how much it
No,
runs.
this is what it is actually.
What is pork?
It's
That's
I would not
actual
buy
meat
that, bro.
alpha.
I'm not
Do you like pork
buying
meat?
something called pork.
I am hosting the largest space in crypto, Pond X. Oh, dude, is that Polly's shit?
Yeah.
Oh, are
it
you
is.
one of his little warriors? Oh my god, man. Get this off the
Oh.
screen, man.
Yeah.
Anything Polly is in, man, absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. If I'm picking up what you're putting down, Pond X is crypto 2.0.
Bro, I mean,
What?
I know a lot of people that made a lot on JUP. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I had two people DM me. One dude got like 800. Another dude got like 2K. Like, people make
Man,
bank
some
from
of
this
my
shit, right?
friends got airdrops that actually make me feel disgusted.
Well, yeah, I really think it was dependent on trading activity. And
Compared to what
because
you
I was
losers are
stupid
doing, man. This
and
Luke's guy, man. What a weirdo.
I didn't know how to use Radium Snorlax. So because I was dumb, I didn't know you had to turn off that thing or whatever that they have on there, that auto find something.
Oh,
So it
yeah?
wouldn't work with my wallet. And so I was only using Jupiter to do transactions.
Man.
'Cause I couldn't
When I
do it
was
on
doing
anything
stuff
else.
on Sol last year, I only used Radium because I didn't even know Jupiter existed. Such a fumble.
I didn't know how to use Radium, so all I used was Jupiter.
Apparently, they're going to do snapshots and airdrop more Jupiter tokens basically like every year. So, which is nice because I did a lot of volume on Jupiter after the snapshot.
Yeah, see, Evan got 1,400. Look at that. How much did you get, Max?
That I can't say. I got a pretty nice one. Yeah, I got a pretty nice one.
One of my
Man,
buddies
I
got
said it. What do
200,000
you
tokens,
mean?
man.
I know.
You get,
I know. I made you say it, but I think I just realized how much more I got than most people, so I'm not gonna say it.
I mean, what I got is pretty good for my use of Solana, bro. That's not bad at all.
Dude, I don't even really remember using Jupiter. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't even know what happened here. But I checked the wallet.
I
think I
it's
made like
based on
one big
size.
swap. I think I maybe made like one big swap last cycle, and it was probably at like 1 a.m. while I was like in bed and like completely forgot that I even did it. And that probably qualified me somehow. So
Oh, in
I don't know.
2021?
Yeah, like last bull market.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do a lot in last bull market. That's probably why I didn't get so much.
Max has secretly been farming Solana shitcoin LPs for the last few months.
What about you, Tommy? What'd you get?
I didn't get anything, man. But I had one friend that got 200,000 tokens, man. Like, ridiculous.
I didn't get anything.
Max.
I didn't get anything near that.
He trades real size.
Yeah, I did not get anywhere near 200,000 tokens. Just
Look,
to
here's the thing though. I got that much, and I barely was dabbling on Solana. It was just I only knew how to use their swap though was Jupiter's.
I'm coping a little bit, but it's okay.
It all evens out. You'll get something else, you know.
Yeah,
I'll get that. I mean, I'll get a fat hyperliquid airdrop eventually, but
for sure.
I got a nice little used car from them. Nice little used car.
Yeah.
Max, do you know what's great about selling? Like if like the base position. Wait, what?
I just thought that was funny. Like, you know what's so good about selling? Just like thinking about an airdrop.
Yeah. No. So Max was like struggling. Do I sell here or do I keep holding, right? And the great part about selling half and keeping half, if you are not sure what it's going to do, is that if you sell half, you are always winner because the base position was that you did not know. And if it keeps ripping higher, the rest of your position keeps printing money. But if it goes down, at least you book profits and you still feel good about yourself. So regardless if it goes down or up, you're feeling good. Whereas, you know, if you held all, It's and it actually went up, it would feel amazing, but you would probably end up back holding anyway. And it's a big risk. And if it goes down, you feel like shit. So, and it's really hard to hold through the drop. So selling half and keeping half is like you know, in my
I think
opinion,
50 cents, man. I think buying 50 cents will be the move. Somewhere around there.
Maybe I'll buy back my half the bag at 50 cents.
And
I like that fractal.
That's the last portion that I wanted to add, that it gives you the option to buy back cheap if you want to. Not that you have to, but if you want to, you can buy back cheaper. The portion you sold.
Yeah, for sure. What do we think about whiff here, guys?
It's
Tommy comments,
man.
It's fine, bro. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it's done just yet. But I think if, like, I would say the lowest I would want to see it go is bleeding back into basically filling that low with RSI divs. And then I think you'd want to send it pretty much immediately after that. Otherwise, I think the structure would look like a Christmas tree and really bad.
Yeah, I love the Christmas tree pattern in crypto. It's so common. Sometimes we call it Burj Khalifa too.
So like this pattern, I've kind of always figured it would bounce out of the daily FEG that you have marked out, Tucker. But I could also see it bleeding into one more low, like a low momentum bleed. And if that happens, like I said, with RSI divs, I think that's probably a punt too. But I mean, this has been trading like LDO of meme coins, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
We are sitting on 110 likes, guys. 20 minutes left. 10 likes left.
You need 10 likes
left. That's one like per 2 minutes.
You guys can get 10 likes. I know you can.
10 likes. That's easy, guys. That's easy. Then it's Chef Jack's time.
I think we're close. I think we probably bleed through into this 24, 25 cents, and then you can talk about going.
Maybe we just get some sort of liquidity sweep in Asia tonight. I think if you do have something like that, then on alts, it's probably like a big long, honestly, especially if Powell says something that doesn't deviate the norm or says something very bullish. I can't imagine that crypto wouldn't respond kindly to that.
Yeah, man. I think it's all right here.
Question from
pretty
Johnny.
good though. Oh god, sorry.
Dude, I have no idea. I haven't looked into it at all.
No.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I have literally no idea.
Of what?
JUP tokenomics.
Oh.
Pumpanomics. Well, currently Dumponomics.
Yeah, I don't know if they did low float playbook or not.
No, I mean, I think they did the bonding curve at the beginning to make sure that I guess you would have guaranteed liquidity to exit into. And you probably just get sold into.
Oh man.
I mean, look, guys, so there's a lot of people who are getting their hands on money that, you know, might be life-changing for them. I mean, look, if you use Solana Eco really early last year, I mean, there are people who are probably making a ton of money off this airdrop. I'd definitely be locking in profits if it was a life-changing airdrop for me, especially given, you know, I think there are probably some better things on Solana you could be holding if you're bullish on the ecosystem right now. So I think that's an opportunity cost that airdrop holders will think about over the next few days. But I mean, Jupiter as a token, I have no idea what the tokenomics are, right? We'll see how it's digested. It could just run like a Uniswap fractal.
Is that real?
That's kind of like the most, only 1.5% of Jupiter. I believe that. I mean, I believe that especially if they're going to be airdropping more Jupiter tokens in the future, you know, so.
I mean, it's 7 bill FDV at 1.5% supply.
Tucker, do you want to throw a Uniswap fractal on Jupiter?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Got to go to Uni USD.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. What?
Yeah, that's a
Coinbase?
good that's a good coin, Tucker, with the low
Binance. Probably.
low supply against
that's
FDV.
Does that have enough data or no?
I don't think so. Just get the Uni USD. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it was basically that.
Yeah.
Might just do something like that.
I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna have to get on the low time frames, but it's gonna be a struggle.
And just don't anchor it from the listing wick. Bro, I don't know if you're gonna be able to scroll back to
what do I do here, bro?
2020. Go to the hourly.
24-minute.
Of course, I'm on the 24-minute, Jack. What am I in?
You're gonna be scrolling for a while, man.
How do I? Why can't? This is bullshit, man. Why don't they have a function to make it not?
I don't know. It's really
primitive.
annoying that you can't back test stuff more easily just by looking at price. And you went too far.
Wait, are you serious? Oh wait, no. I don't think it'll even give me that many bars. Yeah,
No.
it's over.
I got a chart for you
Hourly
guys.
only goes back to January 1st, 2021. That's good to know.
I'm pulling a Tommy. Something I've noticed is the resiliency of Say recently seems to be one of the stronger names out there. I'm kind of thinking it might do something like Sol did back in November, where it kind of put in like this local double top right around here, sold off aggressively, swept the lows, and then just basically held these, these kind of EMA bands here, ultimately worked its way back up. Kind of expecting something like this, just given how strong it's been. Maybe it, who knows, maybe this.
Yeah.
It's just been
I like
so
his
strong.
I think if it keeps ranging for a little longer, then it's time to shove in. Might be worth waiting a little longer, but it's a good example.
Yeah, thank you. It's just even on days like today. I mean, yesterday was up 8%. Today, everything's pretty red. Say curled its way back up and is green.
Yeah.
You can actually use Say too, right? You can swap for Say shit coins, can't you? Just like on Sol.
Dude, yeah, but none of these exchanges let you withdraw it. It's garbage.
Yet.
I've been promised that that's coming, but like it's not even. It's all of them basically. Like all of them struggle to enable Say withdrawals. So I don't even know. I guess you'd have to just bridge and buy it on chain and then just play around in their ecosystem. But yeah,
guys, we're at 118 likes. We need 2 more likes. If there are 2 of you out there that have not liked the stream yet, please consider doing so. And then we're going to kick it over to Jackus. Furthermore, if you are new here, this is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We are live Monday through Friday at 10:55 a.m. Eastern Time with this full cast that you are looking at right here. Tucker, myself, Snorlax, Jackus, and Will's Outlook. Talk price, charts, narratives, just generally have a great time. So please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here. And guys, we are almost at 120 likes. And then Chef Jackus is going to give you, there we go, 122 likes. Jackus, they did it.
They did it.
120 likes. Done. Let's go.
Is there something you want to finish up, Max, before I start?
Nope.
He's like, no, go.
No, cook. I'm starving. Let's go.
All right, Max is starving. We gotta fill the bellies. All right, let me set up the charts. You guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's start. Right, so I'm gonna talk about the discussion that we talked about earlier, why ETH is stronger than the rest. And so first of all, let's come up from the basic, right? So right now we are very well holding. What was that? All right. right now we are very well holding this strong support that we have reclaimed, right? This is a major thing. And we did, reclaim basically, if you think about it, come on. Oh shit. We have basically reclaimed this range, and we still have BTC that already went above this high. So yeah, I know we already know about all of those, but it's important to mention those, right? And we still have to keep in mind that the major higher time frame structure is very bullish here, where after the bull market we retraced to the value area of the prior one, dipped into it, accumulated, stay strong, and are in a bullish structure. So anything in here is a higher low, the structure is undeniably bullish, and you are really, if you are not long here, you are fading the bottom accumulation here before it goes exponential. It's so obvious to me, it hurts. And the only thing people have problem with is patience, or they are over allocated in ease. But if you have enough patience, it's as clean as this that it's playing out. So now I want to jump into the fact that, and yes, lots of people point out to the fact that this bounce was weaker to BTC and so forth, but I want to give context, right? And context is everything. And here we go. So the context here is that unlike all the others, unlike BTC and Sol, ETH has been the only one that's been holding its range low. And this is very, very important. And there's more context to it than just this, obviously. So we had this range, right, that was formed around the same time. And both, ETH and BTC, they broke higher. But look at what BTC did. It's obviously the weaker coin right here. And it broke below that range, while ETH has been holding it very well. Sol, this one has been strong all the way to the blow of top of this higher time frame line, and then has failed to make a new high. Here, where both ETH and BTC was making new highs, Sol failed to do so, and then also broke below its range lows, right? Below this, early that bloody Wednesday New Year week, right? So it broke below it. And this is, even though that this bounce is obviously weaker than both BTC and Sol, that's your lower time frame perspective going against the higher time frame one. Now, look at, I want to talk about, all right, first, actually, let's also, something I also want to point out is that right here, if you close all the bullshit wicks and anything, how is this bearish, right? You have very cleanly, you have a move up and you just have a support retest right here. There is no lower low, nothing. It's very clean, very, very clean. And you're basically like here, right? When ETH went back down, retested this support, and then shoot up higher. And next week, maybe next 2 weeks in February, why not see ETH trading somewhere around here or higher? But it's quite obvious. It's quite obvious this range right here. That's reclaimed. You are in the middle of it, and the repricing should take place all the way up there. Now, this is just the weekly look that I wanted to show, and now back to what I was saying earlier. So you have this intermarket divergence, and that's a very strong one, where both Sol and BTC were weaker, while ETH has been the stronger coin. And again, smaller bounce, but it's only temporarily. Now let's look at, if we were to actually, later on the lower time frames, but let's stay on this one. We do not need Sol anymore. And I want you guys to see this. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. And I want you to, I'm just aligning the scales. Should be something like this. Okay, hopefully. Okay, it's not precise, but whatever. And look at this one. So there has been lots of intermarket divergences between these two, and the divergences between these two matter so much and are very important and telling usually. And I want you to look at this whole structure that we got, right? So first of all, it started with this sell-off, and then we got the bonds. Look, BTC relative to ETH was the stronger coin this entire time. Sorry, ETH was the stronger one relative to BTC. ETH was the one that made this big bounce in August 2022, and it did break all the way above this high, which BTC did not do all the way until October 2023, by the way. So you get this first one. And usually when you get, when this happens, then the coin that doesn't make the new high is the weaker one if the trend is bearish, while this one should stay stronger. And that's the way vice versa, right? That's where we are, but I'll get into all those examples. And what did happen? Yes, actually, ETH did not make the new lows while BTC has, and this is very important. So BTC was a weaker coin this entire time. People forget that, and this took January to basically June to January. That's 6 months, guys, right? So we are in the inverse scenario where BTC has been the stronger one, but right now it's changing, and I'll get to that. So another one we are getting is right here. This is another intermarket divergence. What happens? We see that the market start to go up on the divergence, right? Then look at this one. Wait, kind of lost myself there. Here, right here, there's another one. So what you get, and it doesn't always have to be like that, but in many cases it is. And in this one, it is as well. So ETH doesn't make new highs, right? ETH doesn't make new highs. BTC does. And so what happens? ETH makes new lows while BTC does not. So what happens here? Intermarket divergence. What happens? BTC made higher low that shows demand. It's the stronger coin on the pump. Right here, ETH was the weaker, made new lows. Now there is next one, little one, but still valuable one. And here again, BTC was making new highs, new higher lows, while ETH make new lows, right? And it's like both are bullish after, but the thing is that BTC was the stronger one, obviously, right? In hindsight, we can easily tell. Now, what happens right here? We both get this, right? So there is no divergence in that regard. But here, look at this one. Right here, for the first time in a long time, I do not even remember when was the last time. It was right. This is the last time that ETH was the stronger coin. And right here, we are getting the first bigger divergence. So this tells me that ETH is about to absolutely explode. While BTC will probably move up with it, but it will be the laggard. And obviously it's not going to be like, hey, we just keep moving up. No, there will be like, as usual, there will be drops in that time. You will see maybe, we see something like this. That's totally possible. Maybe even ETH comes back and, retests this low. That's totally possible here. But on the overall, that's the only thing that matters, the higher time frame divergence. I expect ETH to rape this and go way, way higher. Now, if we start zooming in, so let me do it like this. Right, so BTC here is inside of this range. And obviously ETH is too, but ETH it's not really, doesn't have much resistance here like BTC does. So BTC has this inefficiency here and lots of resistance, the range high, this breaker block, while ETH really has only this lower time frame something. Who really cares, right? And I can see it way more easier breaking, oh shit, wrong material, breaking this structure than using this as support. And what I think sort of plays out is sort of something like this, where BTC keeps ranging, and then the moment it right here, it's going to use this one as support and trend higher, while BTC will probably sweep these lows and keep ranging for a little. Eventually, it will catch up, just like we are right now talking. Eventually, ETH is catching up. And listen, this is also something that I gotta mention here inside of this range on H4. So, and we've been discussing this live. People faded me once again. I do not know why they love to do that. I suppose they love to hurt themselves. But ETH, whenever it was this oversold on H4, guys, all the way as far as I can go, right? As far as I can go, it always meant the bottom or very close to it, or it's at least like if it was in a peak bear market, and this was the peak bear market, it at least stopped for a decent amount of time, right? But this was very, very basically, we can call the bottom, right? Then it doesn't happen all the way up until here. What happens then, goes for 30 days sideways. Then but here another one goes for 60 days, like bounces, right? Very decent bounce. And then obviously like the error, like it's H4 error site, right? It's not predicting the weekly move. So you always need to add in a bit of context, but it's telling you how freaking oversold the market is. And then right here again, pause, and then the bottom, COVID, very bottom, right? Then there is no dip all the way down there until, I would say right here, this meant very strong bottom, 60% bounce for many months. Then again, peak bear market, pause. Then right here, it basically means the bottom of, forever, hopefully. FTX, bottom, March drop, bottom, August, bottom, right here, maybe bottom again. So very, very strong confluences here, adding the context together. Now, this doesn't mean, again, that we cannot go and, like do something like this or whatever, if it's like from here, right? It's not that important. The important thing is that I do think we are holding this structure, and essentially, this is going to play out, and you will see with everything that was discussed. I still do not see a reason why not see higher. Sol has traded to this level. BTC is above this level, and I mean is will do that once again. But what people fail to do is people just cannot think longer than 1 month. I figured it out. And whenever you get this type of divergences that take like 6 months or something, it's too long for them to see and have the patience for. It's happening in anything, politics, market, football, wherever it is. People just cannot, just having a hard time thinking this far in the future. But we've seen all the time that essentially one or the other, whether it was ETH or BTC, to essentially give up and follow the other. That's what intermarket divergence is, right? So yeah, I think this plays out. I still think, for example, Sol is, that we discussed. I still think that we see lower prices. I could be wrong on that one, totally possible. Do not hold these levels exactly to the take, but yeah, I still do not see a reason. And this is also something I talked about. I do not care if it makes one more low here. if it does whatever, it can just easily pump straight from here. Essentially, it's sitting, it just swept the yearly range low, sitting on the most oversold cycle-wise thing. Divergent, it's just a no-brainer to me, really. And yeah, that's the alpha, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the cooking, and we are getting ready to wrap up. What are your thoughts, guys, on this? That everything I just discussed.
I completely agree. The most difficult part about it is, so I can look at this chart right here, and as a standalone chart, it looks fantastic. It really does. But you touched on this, Jack. Is the most difficult part of nailing a trade like this is the patience that's required for it. And most people, and even seasoned traders, very disciplined traders, you look at it and you say, well, yeah, but what's the opportunity cost of holding it? And what if it doesn't? Then you start to have those thoughts. What if it just doesn't perform well? What if, one of these new projects is stealing all the action, or even something like a Soul, which was around last cycle? But I totally agree with your thesis here. I'm expecting that April or May of 2022, that high to get tagged on ETH right there. Yeah. I'm expecting that level to get tagged actually pretty soon. Because you're drawing it right here. This isn't a deviation above a range high. This is a breakout. This is a breakout with a retest, and the next move up should be explosive. And I'm expecting it over the next couple quarters, maybe even quicker than that. It can happen very quickly. People forget about the ETH tsunami and what happens when ETH really starts to move. That's when things get fun. So hopefully it happens very soon, but I still have a lot of exposure to Ethereum, and I do think it's going to move up aggressively. I think you made a lot of really great points, but it's just going to require some patience, obviously, as we've seen.
Yeah.
I also think that the longer it takes to pump, the harder it's going to pump, truthfully.
I think so too, yeah. And one of my thoughts is, and you guys know that, you obviously here, but everyone that's been following me know about the Nasdaq fractal versus ETH, right? So I still keep that in the back of my mind, and I try to keep the targets appropriate. Put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, if Bitcoin's going to go up, then ETH is going to go up, period. It's just a matter of when the outperformance is going to occur. And we've seen that with ETH in multiple cycles, where underperforms the whole cycle and then catches up in 2 weeks. Right. But
I mean, last cycle, it was like I had Bitcoin and ETH last cycle. And in the very beginning, I was coping because Bitcoin was aggressively outperforming and the ETH BTC valuation dropped below 0.02. And then in the second half of the cycle, I was coping because I wasn't 100% in Ethereum and it was just dramatically outperforming Bitcoin. So we'll probably see something similar play out here, where in the beginning of the cycle, you're like, damn, why do I even own ETH? Bitcoin was just an easier trade. It's safer. It's performed better. But then eventually, just as quick as it's completely over, it can be, we are so back, baby, on just immediately. So I think the same thing will happen again, which is why I haven't capitulated my ETH. I haven't. Full disclosure, I've diversified a little bit. Like I have some new projects, like I bought some Say. I've gone heavier into Caspa, like fresher charts. But that's because I'm looking for dramatic outperformance. I'm really, really trying to push it. I'm being aggressive where I think I can pick my spots. But I mean, ETH is still my biggest bag, or it's probably my biggest bag still, because I've been here before, and I've told our Discord this. I've been here before. I was aggressively holding Ethereum last cycle when it dipped below 0.02. And Tommy remembers this space as well. There was a Bitcoin Maxi space that was titled "Celebrating the Death of Ethereum, ETH BTC breaks below 0.02." Okay. It became a meme. ETH was dead. Fuck Ethereum. Everybody that had a .eth in their name was a joke, or an ETH NFT. So it's like, I think the same thing is happening again. We talked about this mindset with Link. Link was terrible technology when it was trading at $5, but as soon as Link pumped to 15, it was revolutionary tech. That's true.
Yeah.
ETH is bad tech right now. Sol is good tech. ETH is slow. ETH doesn't know what it is. Solana's more fun. Just wait. Just wait. ETH will start moving up. There will be one big Ethereum airdrop or something, and we're just going to rip.
Listen, the big one I forget to mention is that we have the ETH ETF coming, and I think no one's appreciating it right now. But we all know that it's always about so there are two major
People think that's
stuff.
fake, Jackass. They think it's fake.
It seems like well, because I cannot explain it. Like here, right? We talked about this live, Will, that it showed how underexposed people were when we had that fake ETF pump, and then we've seen the repricing, and this was the ETF pump basically. Like it will happen regardless, but and the narrative is there, and people will be chasing that narrative. And right now, you have the opportunity with everything said. You have the opportunity to outperform that narrative. So that's just huge. Just like it's fucking no brainer is what it is. And
But Jackass, you're
know.
asking people to be ahead of the trend rather than being part of it.
Yeah, I know that people
a lot to
buy the
ask.
green
That's a
candles.
lot. That's a lot.
He's asking people to be patient and have conviction. That's tough.
All
People
right,
want it tomorrow.
There's one last thing which is interesting, and that's that during the bear market. All right, so these two lows are exactly the same. So technically, Bitcoin once again was even weaker than that, went deeper, right, than ETH compared. And then it made a new low where well the big whales were absorbing ETH, and they left all these equalo untapped. All of these they left untapped. That to me still shows longer term absorption at these levels. And they are still trying to shake you out here all the way till now while they are accumulating. And you guys said it. People love to chase green candles, so they will be pumping the whales backs around here.
I mean, why make a lot of money when you can make some money? I mean, it only makes sense.
Good question. Essentially, okay, one completely last thing. Essentially, I think Sol is still going to outperform ETH. I do not think Sol is going to flip ETH, right? Just like ETH was not flipping Bitcoin last cycle, but it outperformed it. So yeah, but temporarily it's what I already said. So yeah, I'm finished up cooking, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the dose of alpha here. And back to you, Max.
Yeah, that was good stuff, Jackass. Thank you.
Delicious meal, Jackass.
Delicious meal.
Thank you.
Oh, Tucker, you got something? You're on mute, Tucker.
We need it, Max. We need it. We need it. Trust me. Put it on there.
Who could have foreseen
this?
Oops.
We've had on here for a minute.
This would wreck some people's accounts.
I mean, this is what it did. This is the same timing too. Like,
that's true.
I think in Bitcoin terms, it's probably just grinds higher until January of 2025, and then it rips. But like this probably happens, honestly.
If you're interested.
What do you think?
It looks amazing, man. I'm not sure it takes this long. 8 cycles sort of like on its own, but I do agree with the direction, and the time is very well put there. Like we are exactly at that time. And by the way, the RSI is that oversold once again. Coincidence?
That checks out with my opinion on ETH Bitcoin too, and the king swing, as I like to call it, quote unquote. We can get ETH outperformance, but it's probably not like the parabolic move on ETH Bitcoin until later in the cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also I want to bring this to the table. We've talked about this at length. I know, Tucker, you still might be in this camp, but I think it's possible that we have a slightly expedited cycle right now. So if we were perfectly in line with previous cycles, that would take our next global top somewhere out in like October-ish, October, November of 2025. I'm personally open to us being like 6 months ahead, truthfully. I don't know if you guys still think that that's possible.
6 months ahead.
Yes.
I don't even know what all this.
Kind of want to see how this range resolves before I say exactly where we're at in the cycle, which, you know, hindsight analysis is kind of worthless to a certain extent. But I think we could be in a lot of different places within the cycle right now, realistically speaking. Like, you can make a lot of good arguments, and you can also make an argument that the cycle will look more like 2017 to 2018 versus you know, what we saw in 2021. So I think it's just a little bit difficult to try and pinpoint exactly where you just, I mean, if I'm going to assume that the 2017 2018 cycle is probably the framework that we're working off of, then you know, I'm going to assume that it's ultimately going to be a broadening uptrend.
I think you're in one of these green boxes. So this one would be expedited. This one looks, I've looked at some other oscillators and it looks way more similar to this time period, which was right around the halving. But in terms of where you are compared to these shoulders, like, I think you're either here or here, right? So in terms of timing, you know, maybe we had this correction already, but that would be 500 days. This one would be more expedited, right? So maybe you're somewhere in here. So that if you're gonna get a double top, 200 days, that would still be, you know, what, next year though. So what's 200 days? No, that'd be August. So I don't know.
I mean, what can easily happen is we go to like 60K and then stay ranging between 60 to 48K for the next 5 months. It does nothing. And then it's aligned nicely with the timing before the big pump.
Yeah, I think we probably do this one though.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than this.
By the way, guys, if you guys enjoyed the alpha and have not pressed the like button yet, be sure to do so. Again, you help us grow. And all this alpha that we are sharing here, we are also sharing way more in the BB Discord, right? So for anyone, and I understand it's like it's not achievable for everyone, especially if you're coming from, you know, eastern parts of Europe or like third world countries. No disrespect there. It's just what it is. We understand the situation. But for those of you that are able to afford it, you absolutely have to, because like the value that's being dumped there every single day, twice a day, and then, you know, in the chat groups and so forth is amazing. And, you know, we will be launching the BB terminal alongside newsletters and other stuff. And, you know, BB, because Bitcoin right now is like Bitcoin when it was trading at $1 or even below, man. And you really can, by the way, you guys can book the price, the current price before the future price hikes. And believe me, those price hikes will come. You can be part of the early community. So that's just insane opportunity. And I honestly do not understand how anyone's missing on this, because if you are able to afford this, then you cannot miss this, in my opinion. And, you know, you can also get a $50 discount if you use the code JKIS50, you know, for the first month to try it out. It's in my bio on my Twitter, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, again, guys, I honestly mean this. Like, I'm being absolutely honest. I'm not just shilling something just for the sake. It's really, really there's loads of alpha every single day from all of us, not just all of us here, but other people as well, even the community members. You are seriously, if you guys can afford this, do not, try it out. Try it out. You will not regret it, in my opinion. Anyways, back to you, Max.
Yeah, that's a lot of important points there, and I'm gonna repeat some of them, but I'm gonna add a couple things on. And this is my doing and not Jackus's. All right. When we drop BB Terminal, which is effectively a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto, it's going to be epic. A lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources has gone into developing this terminal. Okay. It's going to be bundled with our Discord, and it's also going to be bundled with a Telegram. The Discord's growing really quickly, and I refuse to let the quality of the Discord diminish at all. It's too important to me, the team, and the existing community members. So in order to ensure that the quality remains, as high as it possibly can be, okay, and never diminishes, we're going to be increasing the price of the Discord dramatically, almost like literally to an attempt to deter people from joining so that it can be very, very exclusive. Okay. So if you want to use BB Terminal, you can pay for that and you'll get access to a Telegram alerts channel in the near future. And you're going to want to use it. But if you want to get into the Discord, there's a small window of time from right now until right around the Bitcoin halving. Okay. But it might be a little bit sooner than that. All right. Depending on how fast things move along here. Things can move quick. Where if you want to get into the Discord right now and lock yourself in forever for $149.99 per month, and if you actually want to get in for a 50% discount, or I'm sorry, $50 discount on your first month, you can go to Jackus's Twitter bio and you'll see the link and his code. All right. That's an additional limited time offer. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to get into the Discord in the near future, right around the Bitcoin halving, it's going to be very, very, very expensive. And again, the intent of it is to lock down the current Discord, maintain the high quality that we have right now with the existing members and the existing team members. And we want to deter too many people from joining when the BB terminal drops. Because if we have 1,000 people in there, we won't be able to give everybody the attention that they deserve. So again, if you want to get in right now for the existing price of $149.99 per month, check it out while you can, because you're going to want to try the BB terminal and then you're going to go, dang, I should have gotten in the Discord too now. And it's so expensive and they're not going to drop the price. Darn. So again, right now is your window. This is recorded. All right. I don't want anybody come end of March or April being like, what? I want to join the Discord now that I have terminal and it's so expensive. I'll be like, yeah, all right. Every single day I told you what was going to happen. I told you to join the Discord before. I promise we're not bluffing. This is happening.
It's legit Sol at 20 versus Sol at 100 right now.
Yes. Yes, it is. So I would really encourage you guys to try it out. I know you'll like it. We do over 2 hours a day of private voice calls led by the Because Bitcoin team for all of our community members. We get to talk, interact. You guys get to ask more questions. It's a really fantastic experience. So on top of that, we have active positions channels, TA channels. We cover every airdrop. I mean, literally every corner of the market is covered very, very thoroughly. So definitely give it a try. And again, the link is below, becausebitcoin.com/premium. Definitely consider checking that out. And if you want to jump on a limited time offer to get in $50 off of your first month, you can go to Jackus's Twitter and check out what's in his bio. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to kick it over to Tommy to say a final farewell.
Thanks, guys. Sorry if you hear any background noise. I'm sharing the apartment with with somebody else who's working today. But thanks again for tuning in, guys. Echoing everything that Max had to say, that the price of the Discord is going to go up. We've been absolutely killing it. We're going to be providing you guys with some really awesome products here over the next few months that we're excited to roll out. So more value provided, more value cost, right? So make sure to tune in for Market Talk with the legendary King Wabi. start time usually 4:15, 4:30 Eastern time, as well as Market Check, start time usually around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Market Check is live every single day. Market Talk is live every day, but Wednesday we do a little bit longer of a call with our Giga Chads on that Wednesday to make sure that we give you guys as much value as you're paying for, right? But that's pretty much all that we got for you guys. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I guess I got to brace for some Jerome Powell this afternoon, but as a whole, guys, let's have a great rest of our week. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.